Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Not Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So today, quickly, I want us to learn how to fix suit chest pockets. I want us to look at this pocket right here. This suit pocket here. This is what I want us to learn how to do today. How to fix this pocket right here. All right. So it's quite simple fixing this pocket here. You can see it is quite simple, it's not difficult. So I'm going to teach us how to fix this pocket right here. Remember, in one of my videos, if you check in the list of my videos, you'll see that we learned how to fix this pocket right here, this one. All right, so in today's video, since we are done with this pocket, I'm going to be teaching us how to fix this pocket right here. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, because much more interesting videos are going to be coming your way. So without wasting time, let's quickly dive into our video and fix our pocket. So to fix this chest pocket here, this suit inner pocket here, first of all you have to cut your pocket. So if you look at this right here, I've already cut and pressed my pocket so that we'll not waste time doing this. I've already cut this pocket to be this. What is inside it, this whitish material, is collar, collar gum. Call it collar gum. Yeah, use it for the collar, the gumming of the shirt collar. So I used it. This is 4.5 inches. Yeah, so when cutting this pocket, you can cut the gum to be straight, the edges to be straight or to be slanty. As you can look at this, I've slanted the edges a little. Yeah, you can cut it to be straight. It doesn't mean so gumming it. You can see that gumming it, I have gummed it, leaving an allowance of ½ inch up here, ½ inch up here. That is the seam allowance. Then the length of the pocket, this is the fabric altogether that I cut. This is a length of what, 9 inches. You see, this is a length of 9 inches, 9 inches altogether. And the wideness of the pocket is a wideness of 7 inches. You see, so I have gummed the collar gum. I cut to be 4 inches wide by, see, this is the wideness of 3/4. It's not up to 1 inch, it's just 3/4. That is the height of the pocket, just like 3/4 inch, and the wideness of the pocket is 4.5 inches. And I've gummed it so that we'll not waste time. This is the second fabric I'll be using for the pocket. This is just by a length of 8 inches, wideness still of 7 inches, the same wideness with what we have here. So let's dive into fixing this pocket. Like I told you, it's very simple and straightforward. So let's do that. So in fixing this pocket, this is a double-breasted suit, double-breasted suit. Yeah. So in fixing this pocket, I'm going to start sewing from here to here. And how do you know where to position this pocket? That is another key thing that you must take note of. How do you know how to position this pocket? Now this pocket, when you have finished sewing it, is supposed to be 9 inches from the shoulder. You see, this is the shoulder. This is the shoulder of the suit. So when you are done fixing it, you're supposed to start from 9 inches downwards, right? So it means I'm going to, since the wideness of the pocket is 3/4, I'm going to start by 9 3/4. So by the time I sew it and turn it upwards, it will now land, because I'm going to sew it and turn it this way. But then I sew and turn it, it will now be on 9 inches from the shoulder line. So that is one. The second thing you take note of is that where to position the pocket, you measure 2 inches from here. You see, from the arm line here, this arm line here, you measure 2 inches upwards. This is 2 inches upwards, and then when you measure 2 inches upwards, you then measure 1 inch inwards. So this is 2 inches upwards. I've marked it. This is 2 inches upwards. You see, can you see the mark? 2 inches upwards. Then I'm marking 1.5 inch inwards. See, this 1.5 inch inwards. This is 1.5. You see, so this is 2 inches upwards, 1.5 inch inwards. Let's not forget our target here is what? 9 inches when we are done. 9 inches. All right. So considering these 3 measurements I have made, 9 inches, 2 inches upwards, 1.5 inch inward, I'm now going to position my pocket. This is 1.5 inch. Yes, you see, I'm going to position my pocket here. You see, this is landing on the 1.5 inch, and then by the time I sew and turn it, it will now fall on this 9 inches mark that is here, because I'm going to sew on this line. I'm going to sew it on this line, but when I turn it, it will now land on this 9 inches mark there, which means I must be sure that what I have here from where I'm going to sew to this mark is what? 3/4. You see, so this is now 3/4. All right, this is my 1 inch inward mark. Let's not forget to look at it here, my 1 inch inward mark. Just have to push the line down. All right, from 2, push the line down so that you are targeting 3 things: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so where you have set it, you can now go ahead and sew your pocket. So let's start the sewing, please. So let's watch how I am going to sew it. This is pretty simple. If you watch carefully, you will master this on the first trial. Alright, so first of all, be sure it's not shifting back. Be sure the pocket is positioned where you have designed it to be positioned. It's very, very important. Alright, so I'm going to sew from here. Tighten my stitch from here to here. Alright, we're sewing from here to here. I'm done with this first line stitch. From here it's just express, it's simple and it's straightforward. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is to sew this second part of the pocket. Alright, so I'm going to use this wideness of 7 inches. I'm going to put it here, push this upwards like this. I'll shift it in. But another thing we'll take note of here is this very, very key, very, very important. You see the down part I started sewing here at this point, so I'm not going to start sewing at the same point. I'll shift in like 1/2 inch. So I'll not start sewing here at the same point. I'll not start here. I'll shift into it like 1/2 inch, and then I'll start sewing this. The same thing when I come to the end point here, I will not come and stop the same place I stopped this line. I will stop a little bit inwards. Alright, that's very important. When you don't do that, you will have issues after you finish your pockets. You might see the pockets pulling out. It's very important that you give those allowances. So, and then the next thing is to sew your pocket. So I'm coming here, lifted this, shift this in, stop on this mark here. Alright, I'm done. Like I told you, this is quite simple. We are done already. Just 1, 2, 3 more steps and we are done. So if you turn inside where the S10 is black, you can see very clearly that the down line, as you can see it, the down line is longer than the upper one. Alright, because this is inward by half an inch from both sides. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut our pockets. If we are used to making back pockets of a trouser, you shouldn't have issues with cutting this pocket, because this is another point that you will need to be very careful how to cut it. Alright, now when we are cutting this pocket, just watch closely how I'm going to cut it from both edges. From this edge, I'm going to cut from here down to this point, but I won't reach, I'll give a little allowance. I won't reach at the exact point as this one. I'll sew and stop a little halfway. Alright, yeah, so you don't reach the end point, you stop a little halfway. The same thing with this side. Yeah, stop like that. You do that both sides. So this other side, you do the same thing. Cut from here. Stop a little bit halfway there. Same thing, know where it is ending, you cut and you stop a little bit halfway, don't get to the end. Now the next thing we are going to do is to push this completely in. Okay. Is to push this completely in. Push it in. You see? Push it in. Sorry about that. We push this completely in. See? So let's start from this side and see what's happening. We have turned this one inside, as you can see. We have turned this inwards, you see. So now this down part right here, this down part here, I'm going to push it up like this. Alright, you can see the pocket coming out already. That's the pocket coming out already. And you see, before I fix the pocket, I forgot to tell you, you see, I pressed it both sides to take the shape of this gum here, you see. So that's why I'm having a line here. This side, I'm having a line here because I pressed it to take the shape of this gum. You can see those two lines clearly. So this will now push it up. So pushing it up, you can already see that the pocket is already appearing, but we are not there yet. So we will push it in, you see, push it in there. This side I'll still push it in here. Alright, so push it in there. Alright, okay, so that pushing it in this way. The next thing I'll do is to make a basting stitch on top of this line. Alright, basting stitch. So just watch closely how I'm going to do that. I don't advise you skip this video at any point. That's why I am not fast forwarding the video at any point, because if I should fast forward the video at any point, you might be missing out on some details. That's why I'm not fast forwarding. Okay, so please, I advise that you watch without fast forwarding the video at any point at all. Yeah. So you see, I'll make a basting stitch from here, and make sure that it is the pocket is flat before you sew. Please, it's very important. Make sure it's flat before you sew. It's very important. So I'll make a basting stitch from here. This is a basting stitch. I'm setting my machine. I'll sew from here on this line here. I'll make a basting stitch. So watch me. Basting stitch. I've made it. See, when I'm done with the basting stitch, I will tighten my machine back, and then I'll make a permanent stitch now. So watch how I'm going to do it. I'm going to open this pocket, open it, open here, and I'm going to make a permanent stitch now on this line here. On this line here, not on top of the gum, beside the gum, beginning from the top of the pocket down to the end of the gum. So just watch. Believe you're seeing, please. Believe you're seeing clearly. Watch here very well, because when I'm doing this side of the pocket, you might not see it clearly. So just watch here carefully. Alright, so I've tightened my machine back. So I'm going to make that stitch here. This is the secret, the inner line. Make sure it's flat, everything is flat before you are sewing. Alright, so I'm done with that line. I will cut these threads carefully. Alright, close it back. You see, so I will now carefully remove this basting stitch I did. See, the basting stitch, I removed it. You see, my pocket is now holding. You can see this. My pocket is holding neatly without any stitch sewing on it. See, this is the inside. See, so I'm going to do the same thing with the second side of the pocket. This second side, still I'm going to make a basting stitch. I'm going to set the basting stitch on the machine. Yeah. No, sorry. If you don't know what the basting stitch means, it means it's a loose stitch. Stitches that you use just temporarily to hold the fabric, and then when the permanent stitch is made, you remove it. That's a basting stitch. All right. So always ensure that the pocket is flat before you sew. Very flat, please. So you see, sew it right now. So at the edge of the line, at the edge of the pocket line, right? Cut the thread. Same thing like I did before. I'll open it inside, all right, and stay sew on this beside the end of this pocket here, like I did on the other side. So please follow. But this will now be a tight or a permanent stitch. I'll set it back, a permanent stitch. Please, if this video is making sense, I would like you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and turn your notification bell on, please. Alright, so we're going to make a permanent stitch here now. Alright, so when we are done with the permanent stitch, just like we did with the other side, we will now lose the temporary stitch, which we call the basting stitch. Those are temporary stitches, you see. Now lose it. You see, it can easily be loosed. Lose it here. And lose it, you see. So I've removed the basting stitches, and what we have now are permanent stitches, right? So the next thing now to do is to fold these pockets inwards. All right, fold the pocket inwards. Now let me show you something very important. You see, from here to here is like a 3/4 inch, right? Here is 3/4 inch. So then the same thing we're going to do. We're going to measure that 3/4 inch from here to here, mark, cut out this is 3/4 inch. Put the bit inside. The same side from here to here is 3/4. So from here to here, this should be 3/4. Cut it. Alright. So we'll now fold this inside. Alright. Fold it inside. Fold it inside. Fold it inside. I folded it inside. Let's turn behind. That's what we'll have here right now. So we turn back. You see why I was saying you should tear it. If you don't tear it now at this point, this will be looking like this, and you cannot turn it well. So since you tore it, you can now open it like this. You see this side to the same thing. Open it like this. All right. So you now make it flat. You see. Can you see this? Very simple and straightforward. See? Make it flat. See? So the next thing I'm going to do now is to stitch this. Stitch this area. Let me show you what I'm saying. We're going to stitch this area, okay? Because if we don't stitch it, this pocket might be pulling out. Can you see this? It's pulling out. Can you see how it's pulling out? It's pulling out. So you have to push it in and make sure it's aligning properly. Aligning properly. This allowance you're seeing here was the allowance that was ½ inch on top of the A-stand when we started sewing initially. This is the ½ inch allowance that was there. So I'm going to stitch it to this. And before you stitch, you must be sure that your pocket is well folded inside. So what I'm telling you is not well folded, right? So I have to now push it in properly. It will be well folded inside. Okay, this side is okay. Yeah, so we can go ahead. Alright, so when stitching this part, please ensure that you don't stitch it together with this. So push it up properly. Alright, then you stitch it. So once you are done stitching this, let's turn and see our pockets. So you can see now that our pocket is, you see, it cannot pull out. It's tightly together, it cannot pull out. You see? So the next thing you do is to now sew the edges of the pocket. I'm trying to be fast since I'm not forwarding this video, because if I forward it, you might get lost. That's why I'm not forwarding. I won't forward it when I'm editing. I won't forward it. Not fast forward any point. So you see, this is our pocket. We'll now sew the edges of the pocket. Okay. With these edges, you can make them round, you can make them square, you can make it anyhow you want. I just decided to make mine round. Alright. So there's no fast and hard rule to it. Alright. So I'll just trim these edges. Just trim these edges. And my pocket. So as you can see, the pocket is ready and it is well made. So if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, because much interesting videos will be coming your way. Welcome to Not Fashion Hub. Thank you.